It really came out of an idea from Julia Bishop and myself. She's a lovely Baroque violinist who plays regularly with us. It's called Lewis Baroque Fest, and it takes place from the 17th until the 20th of July. We're blessed with many marvellous Baroque musicians in Lewis, Ali Berry and Julia herself, and the wonderful recorder virtuoso Piers Adams, Claire Williams, a lovely harpsichordist who again plays with us regularly. Some lovely people, and then the festival will culminate in a performance of Handel, Israel and Egypt with the East Sussex Bar Choir and the Baroque Collective on the Saturday. Israel and Egypt is unique amongst Handel oratorios in the sense that it is completely dominated by choruses, pretty well. There are 28 choruses, double choir, trombones, only used in Saul, apart from Israel and Egypt, composed in 1738, at a time when English audiences were tiring of Italian opera, so Handel was looking for something else, and the oratorio, as a dramatic composer, the oratorio was the obvious thing. This is a biblical text. The drama is Handel's depiction of the plagues that have visited upon Egypt. We start, in fact, with a lamentation. And the children of Israel sighed, sighed, sighed by reason of the bondage. So you get this wonderful lamentation, and their cry came unto God. He oppressed them with burdens and made them sad. Then we see the various plagues start to appear. The first one is turning the waters into blood. They loathe to drink of the river, he turneth the woe. Then the alto gets a really wonderful aria, which in the violins it's called The Land Brought Forth Frogs, and in the violins you get the frogs jumping. So not without humour, dear old Handel in that one. Then I think probably one of the most magisterial choruses, he spake the word and there came all manner of flies. He spake the word and there came all manner of flies. Now behind that choral writing, and I can't play it, only violins can do this, you get a and you can just see these little flies flying around in the violins, and locusts and flies and lice in all their quarters. So it's the most extraordinary stuff. And then we have a double chorus, many double choruses, sort of looking back to the cori spezzati of Monteverdi, perhaps, these divided choruses. So I hope in the town hall we can use the room to make full dramatic effect of that. And then, just to contrast with that, Handel, the supreme dramatist, he sent a thick darkness. So if you can imagine the choral, the orchestral textures with lugubrious bassoons, and extraordinary meandering harmonies, and then the chorus comes in pianissimo. He sent a thick darkness. So you can see suddenly the mood is completely changed. A darkness which might be felt. And then he smote all the firstborn of Egypt, the chief of all their strength. He smote all the firstborn of Egypt. Fantastic marcato antiphonal writing. So on we go. I mean, I could, there are 28 of these choruses. but probably one to single out after all this is a chorus that comes in the beginning of the second half, when the Israelites have achieved salvation, and in Handel's day there was turmoil, there was war with Spain looming, there were conflicts within the monarchy. So there's a lot of references that perhaps Handel's audiences would have got to contemporary references, political references, and possibly seen, the Israelite salvation as Christian redemption. And after all, remember, this was first performed in Lent, so as was Messiah. And you get this lovely, I will sing unto the Lord, for he hath triumphant gloriously. And you get this cantus firmus, I will sing unto the Lord, for he hath triumphant glory. And then you get that, all this lovely writing. And as in Messiah, as at the end of this chorus, the trumpets and drums thunder in when we get the horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. The horse and his rider, the horse and his rider, the horse and his rider, the horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. And you can just imagine the trumpets and drum, ba ba bam, and it's a moment of supreme joy. And Handel, the great dramatist, brings this chorus back as a finale to this piece. It's an extraordinary piece, not to be missed.